Hello everyone, this is a 10 puzzle number 1 from Conceptis Puzzle. Let's see which cells are empty. Empty cell is cell which is not in contact with a tree even diagonally. And let's see which cells are empty row by row. In row number 1, here is the first empty cell. Further, this cell, and finally these two cells in row number 1 are empty. Row number 2, here diagonally positioned, here also diagonal position, and the last one is here. In row number 3, there is no, right now, empty cell for sure. Row number 4 would be here. And row number 4, empty cell is here. Row number 5, here. And here there is no empty cell right now. And here is the last one, empty cell in row number 5. Row number 6, all cells are in contact with tree. Row number 7 here. Row number 7, there is no any other empty cell. And row number 8, there are a couple of empty cells. Here and finally here. Okay, what now? Let's have a look at the row number 1. The condition for the number of tenths is represented by this number, and here in the row number 1 there are 2 tenths, but one tree has only 1 tenth, and there is no possibility to have tenths either in this cell and this cell. There is only 1 tenth in one of these 2 cells, which implies that here in this cell must be a tenth. If a tenth is here in this position, this cell and this cell cannot have a tenth because they are in contact with this tenth. The same logic is here. If a tenth would be here, there would be no possibility to have tenths here and here. And this would be leading to the situation that there is no condition for this row to have 2 tenths. The consequences is that here in this cell cannot be tenth. Now there is just one cell, one empty cell here in the row number 1, and here has to be tenth. Now, here and here there are no tenths because of the contact with this tenth. Now, in the row number 1, there is just one remaining cell to make tenth, and here has to be tenth placed at this cell. Okay. Now, if we look at column number 4 and column number 6, okay, there are just 1 tenth here and 1 tenth here, and they are already here in both columns. The consequences is that there are no tenths in remaining cells in both columns number 4 and column number 6. Okay, here is the empty cell, and finally here. The same situation is here in column number 6. All empty cells. Okay. Now there are a couple of possibilities to make further solving. Here in these three, there is only one cell in contact and a possible position for the tent, and here is the tent. Here in this column number 5, there are 3 tents, and only possible solution is to make a tent here and here. Here must be a tent, and here is also a tent. Between these 2 tents are empty cell. Now in column number 1 there are 2 tents, but similar like it was in the row number 1. Here one tent has only one tree has only one tent, and here there is no trees to make a possible tent position, and here must be an empty cell, which leads to the situation then that here in this cell must be a tent, because the main condition is that in column number 1 there are 2 tents. Okay. Now contact with this tent and empty cells. There is only one cell here in column number 2, and the condition is to have one tent here. And of course empty cells are here and here. Now in row number 3 there are only one place and one tent. And of course empty cell here. Same or similar situation is in row number 5. There is one cell and one tent. Condition for the one tent. And very similar empty cell here. In the column number 7 there is only one cell and one tent, which must be placed here. In column number 8 there are 2 tents, and here has to be empty cell. Here in row number 7 or column number 3 there is a need for one tent. And finally there is just one position, one cell which is empty. This is the final solution. Thank you very much.